Case study of transition to SAP S/4HANA. We recently transitioned to SAP S/4HANA. This video covers the sum of the challenges that we faced, case for change, transition approach we took, the relevant reasons and some of lessons learned. Our landscape. Our system had organically grown over the last 15 odd years with lots of redundant data, as well company codes that are no longer in use. The core SAP system was integrated with a variety of external applications, including some critical ones such as a workforce management system that handles the frontline staff hours and time sheets. Plenty of custom code and Z programs, custom reports, and batch jobs to cater for ever-changing business requirements. However, over the last couple of years, there was a concerted effort made to consolidate all of the ERP systems in our organization and merged into one. We also migrated to Suite of HANA. I'd classify it as a medium to large implementation supporting tens of businesses with 90 business units under the umbrella organization with over 18,000 employees. Consolidating all ERPs and moving to HANA led to greater operational efficiencies, better performance, and custom mobile app for our staff. However, it still wasn't a digital transformation where you take advantages of inbuilt analytics and empower the users with near real-time data and much more with better UI, etc. Our first challenge was to prepare a solid business case to migrate to SAP S/4HANA. We commonly got the feedback, if isn't broken, don't fix it. Case for change. In our case, we had already moved to Suite on HANA, which had dramatically improved the performance, and we had also cleaned up a lot of custom code. Whilst moving on Suite on HANA was a good idea to mitigate our infrastructure risks and getting a better performance, it nearly doubled the effort to go through an interim phase. It also posed another challenge to showcase the value of moving to S/4HANA. Before commencing a business case, please evaluate the benefits of S/4HANA for your business and do the sell to decision makers, demonstrating its benefits and return on investment. Some of the drivers to migrate that we captured in our case for change. SAP is ending support for ECC in 2027 for customers with standard support. So, it's just a matter of time. Our legacy system is already outdated when it comes to leveraging the intelligent technologies needed to be competitive today, such as machine learning, web-based user-friendly GUI, Fiori, artificial intelligence, and predictive analytics. Not migrating to S/4HANA would limit our strategic digital transformation, and that would mean a competitive disadvantage. Forms the foundation of new ERP system for our company, S/4HANA, that embeds automation and intelligence. It offers embedded analytics that supports data-driven decision-making. That means businesses' processes that took a while to complete will now take seconds. HANA is fast, very fast. S/4HANA brings a lot of positive changes, including a better user experience with Fiori, improved performance, and replacement of our highly customized smartphone mobile app. Whilst all the above are valid reasons, the biggest reason is perhaps digital transformation and not just an end of support. It's embracing the transformation that supports a good business case and the efficiency benefits that the business reaps. Our challenges. The migration to S/4HANA is not a typical technical project, but rather a fundamental change in system and the platform. The biggest migration hurdles in our case were existing complex IT landscape, third-party integrations that were not documented. We found some real surprises. Unclean master data, duplicates, missing address data. This has to be cleaned prior to conversions. Custom ABAP code that is not compatible with S/4HANA. Custom reports that are no longer required, but people were resistant to change. Inconsistent business processes. These had organically grown over time. Change management and resistance to new business processes. requirement for all data to be migrated. In hindsight, we should have pushed back more. A lot better outcomes, leaner and cleaner system, can be achieved if you simply archive the data and make it available as read-only rather than migrating the whole lot. The last two, change management and data, were perhaps the biggest challenges. As an example, a simple change from changing a vendor to business partner was an issue. Vendor forms, processes, approvals etc. were deeply embedded within the organization. Changing this meant educating a significant number of stakeholders including service providers who enter the vendor details. So please don't underestimate the effort required for change and cleansing the data. Approach to transition. You'll probably come across various color-coded approaches to migration often referred to as green, brown, and blue. I think these are more marketing lingo. Perhaps you can ignore those naming conventions that before evaluating your options. 3 approaches to S/4HANA migration. There are 2 standard options for S/4HANA migration: new implementation, which is as the name implies starting afresh, or upgrading SAP ECC 6.0 using system conversion, which allows a migration without re-implementation and without major change or disruption to existing business processes. There is a third option to use selective data transition. This is a hybrid approach which lets you choose best of both standard options. This, however, comes at a cost and perhaps best suited for organizations with large volumes of data and complex multiple ERP systems. As part of due diligence, we assessed all 3 options. New implementation. In some cases, it may make sense to set up a completely new ERP system that will cause fewer problems in the future and adopts standard next-generation processes and innovations. If you decide to take this option, you'll need to allow for decommission of your old ERP. Key benefit would be a new, uniform system that only contains the processes and data that are necessary and more adaptable to future innovations. This involves process reengineering and process implication based on latest innovation, which usually mean more effort and hard sell, as you don't carry all the data and processes. Change management is the biggest success or risk factor for this option. The Migration Cockpit, tool that supports this option, is used to migrate data in this option to the new S/4HANA system. Only master data and open items balances are migrated. Historical data is not covered. Also, to note, Migration Cockpit doesn't support HCM data migration. New implementation means building a new S/4HANA system and go-live would be a big bang. You can choose a past rollout like migrating one company code at a time. We didn't consider that as an optimal approach. System conversion. A system conversion preserves your original system, including data, processes, and custom code. However, the value of retaining these should be assessed. Some of it may be obsolete, such as custom code written for reports that is now readily available to the user as analytical reports. This was certainly the case in our approach. Not everyone will agree to abandon their custom code and processes that they have developed over years. This approach is best suited for those. This approach cannot be used to migrate to SAP S/4HANA Cloud. With a system conversion, you convert your existing SAP ERP system into an SAP S/4HANA system. This one-step procedure includes a database migration to SAP HANA 2.0 from your current SAP ERP DB. Conversion of data from the SAP ERP data model to S/4HANA data model. An upgrade that replaces your SAP ERP application code to SAP S/4HANA application code. Selective data transition. This hybrid or customized approach is best suited for use cases where organizations have multiple ERP systems and want to take this opportunity to consolidate the various ERP systems. Typically use this approach if you need more than just the master data and open items. You also want to carve select parts of the data based on units, such as select company codes or business units. There are two options with this approach. Create a shell copy of your prod system with no master data or transactional data and then convert to S4HANA. Mix and match options involves creating a new S4HANA and then transport elements of the existing configuration. About system conversion. There are some excellent technical posts and articles about system conversion. I am not covering those technical details here, however I will cover some high-level technical concepts and other aspects of the project. The following figure shows the technical system conversion process. System conversion process steps. System conversion is a guided process supported by several tools, such as Software Update Manager, and utilities provided by SAP for analysis. Software Update Manager (SUM) is a tool used for software maintenance, installing support packages. It also converts an SAP ERP system into an SAP S4HANA system. It combines the migration of the system to the SAP S4HANA database, if you are not on HANA, conversion of data, and software upgrade into one single step. Majority of the data conversion, transfer into the new data model, is carried out by SUM. However, the conversion of financial data is a follow-up activity after the data conversion. You can use the prerequisite check extended mode of SUM before your first conversion cycle. The tool will execute the same checks, however, instead of stopping at issues, it will collect all of the issues in a single list, a CVS file. This gives you the ability to analyze the issues and work on them and prepares you better for the first conversion. SAP S4HANA is a new product and not an incremental update. System conversion is significantly more than an upgrade. In our case, we chose system conversion, but that doesn't preclude you from using some of the best features in SAP S4HANA. The SAP Fiori provides an innovative user experience. You should introduce the new Fiori UX for one or more business roles. This will help showcase its value and to stakeholders and users. Ultimately, system conversion not only increases your readiness to innovate, but also carves your path for future business transformation. Now that we have taken this first step to migrate to SAP S4HANA, we will continue to leverage the new functionality and innovation. Summary. In our case, we chose to take the system conversion path, but that's not the only path or the best option. The best option is the one that's suited to your organization and how flexible is the organization to adopt standard SAP content and embrace the innovation. I hope this has been helpful and perhaps will guide you in your transition journey to S4HANA.